Good morning. Hotbird 13 launch coverage. Should be picking it up sometime soon here. So, Hotbird is what is it? Intelsat, if I'm remembering right here. Let me take a look. Let me bust in here.
Nice launch trajectory countdown net. Pad is clear.
10, 9, 8.
Launch auto sequence has started.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go for launch.
Airbus defense. Based on the Eurostar and Airbus with a launch mass of 4.5 tons, 22 kilowatt.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Eutelsat. There we go. 13 degrees position. Cool.
Dragon, separation confirmed. Stage 1 is transonic. Landing legs have deployed. And Falcon 9 has landed.
Yeah, we saw that happen the other day.
On your screen is a live view of Falcon 9 awaiting its 1:22 a.m. Eastern Time launch from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. My name is Jesse Anderson. I'm a production engineering manager here at SpaceX, and I'll be your host for our launch coverage of the Eutelsat Hotbird 13G mission. Eutelsat is a world-leading satellite operator covering Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and the Americas. Eutelsat's high-performance satellites serve broadcasters, telecom.
Trying to fast forward. Trying to fast forward. Fast forwarding, sir.
Eutelsat Hotbird 13G. Now it's
Okay. What if you prefer your bird cold? Well, that's not this isn't the right satellite for you. Alright, here we go.
It's a multicultural platform, a good strong reach and an established market, particularly across Europe and North Africa and into the Middle East.
We wanted to reach our customers, both the end users and the cable operators, which were spread all over the Poland. We came up with a very simple decision: go for Eutelsat and Hotbird.
C'était un choix stratégique, non seulement pour la position géographique et pour le footprint qui nous permet de toucher un nombre important de plateformes qui font la 4K et qui s'intéressent aux chaînes 4K. Mais aussi c'est un satellite très prestigieux.
That's the slot it's going in, 13 degrees east.
A real partnership is something like this. Working together, trying to find out which are the challenges and helping side by side.
Adjectives.
And with that, let's hear a few words from the satellite manufacturer, Airbus.
Hotbird 13F was designed and built by Airbus. It has a twin, Hotbird 13G, also built by Airbus and launched 1 month later. The twin satellites will replace 3 previous satellites from Eutelsat's fleet. The payload module, hosting all the mission capabilities, was developed in Portsmouth. It was then sent to Toulouse to be mated with the service module.
Yes, that is a satellite.
The final step was spacecraft testing. Loaded into a container and shipped to the launch pad.
FOD covers.
Now that we know more about the mission tonight, let's turn our attention to the rocket that you're seeing on your screen. You're looking at a live view of our Falcon 9 rocket set to launch Eutelsat's Hotbird 13G satellite from Space Launch Complex 40. Starting from the bottom of the rocket, we have our 9 M1D engines connected to the first stage. These 9 engines help accelerate the vehicle through the thickest parts of the Earth. Now that we know more about the mission tonight, let's turn our attention to the rocket.
Okay. The record skipped. Yeah, I know people that do that flying. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool thing.
CRS-25 and 1 Starlink mission. Above the first stage is the second stage, which has a single...
Anesthesis. What's going on? 45-month resub. 6 minutes and counting. Sorry, stream's a little funky right there.
And that's what you're seeing there on your screen.
Okay, there we go.
The fairing is made up of 2 carbon composite halves and protects the payload on their way to orbit and will be jettisoned or separated around 3 minutes into flight. The Eutelsat Hotbird 13G satellite is currently safely enclosed inside the 17-foot diameter payload fairing, which, with each half flying today being flight proven, one half is flying for the 4th time and the other is flying for a 6th time.
Yeah.
Hotbird 13G is also hosting the EGNOS GEO4 payload. EGNOS is the European Geostationary Navigation Overlay Service that acts as an augmentation service to global positioning systems to improve reliability of positioning information. Now, with liftoff just about 5 minutes from now, we're currently waiting for the retraction of the transporter erector.
Pressing tanks for retract.
Okay, here we go.
In preparation for the TE retraction. The TE clamps will open up first, and once they're fully open, then the TE can begin to pull away just slightly from the vehicle. At T0, ground hydraulic systems will pull the TE even further away from Falcon 9 as it lifts off. Now we are just about 10 to 15 seconds away from those clamp arms beginning to open.
Back retract is starting.
Okay, clamp should
open.
open.
There's that call out that it's actually beginning now. So the clamp arms are just below the payload fairing, right above the second stage.
There they go. Arms are opening.
And there's
strong back.
A little better view.
Wide.
You can see those clamp arms opening up. Again, once that is fully open, the TE can begin to move away from the vehicle.
At the Cape. Anesthesis.
Now, the first stage is connected to a launch mount at the base of the TE, but the structure is hinged and will track away from the vehicle in preparation for launch. And you may have heard that call out called the strong back. That is referring to the TE.
It's the oncoming storm. Yeah, they're lightning wires, Rooster. Yeah.
And it looks like the TE should be fully retracted at this point. So, at this point in the countdown, both the first and second stages are nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen.
I say right now because they'll reevaluate when one gets to 15 and see if they can do more. Both first stage and second stage should finish propellant loading about a minute apart from each other.
Stage 1, lock load complete.
And great timing. Stage 1 liquid oxygen loading is now complete. Stage 2 should wrap up around the T-minus 2 minute mark. And you can see some white clouds there on your screen around the vehicle. That is the chilled gas above the liquid oxygen tank liquid surface that we vent overboard to maintain pressure inside of the tank as needed. And when that gas comes into contact with the humid, moist air, it condenses into clouds or water, just similar to a cold glass of water with condensation forming around it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
At T minus
1,
60
2, 3, 4.
seconds, Falcon
Great.
9 will be in startup. That means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers have taken over the launch countdown. Just inside T minus 2 seconds, we light the Merlin M1D engines for liftoff. And the Hotbird 13G satellite continues to be healthy, and the Falcon 9 team is tracking no issues on the vehicle.
Right.
Weather is still looking good for T0, and the range is green for launch. Just waiting for the call out.
Stage 2, lock float complete.
And there it is. Stage 2 liquid oxygen loading is now complete.
Be right back. 1 second, dudes.
That means Falcon 9's propellant loading is completed. 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. And now that propellant loading is complete, we will begin to vent out the liquid.
Gas closeout started.
Ah!
We will begin to vent the liquid oxygen
No,
line
there's
on
one
the transporter
in there
rector.
flying.
And there you
Hotbird
can see
13F was launched
even
last
more
week.
of those white clouds. That's exactly
Or
what
2
it
weeks
is.
ago.
We're venting out that liquid oxygen from that strong back there.
Okay, T vent.
And coming up here in just about 10 seconds,
70 seconds.
Falcon 9 should go into startup.
Okay, so if you stayed up for the launch, well, hopefully we get a reward here in
Falcon
about
is in
60
startup.
seconds.
Flight computers have now taken over the launch countdown. Now just waiting the final call from the launch director.
Yackle.
Go for launch.
Launch director
Great
reports
news.
go.
All systems are go for launch of Falcon 9 with Eutelsat's Hotbird 13G payload.
T
T minus 30 seconds.
$20 seconds.
15 seconds. T minus 10, 9,
Sound suppressor
8,
system is
7,
primed.
6, 5, 4, 3,
Green flash.
2, 1. Ignition and
Okay,
liftoff.
we're flying tonight.
Eutelsat Hotbird 13G. Go Falcon 9.
Nominal first stage chamber pressures.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Okay. Everything looks good. Liftoff looked good there. I've lost count completely, Max. I have no freaking idea.
Falcon 9 has successfully
Dude, I
lifted
have
off
no
of Pad
idea.
40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station,
I lost count of how many launches
carrying
there were.
Eutelsat
I don't even know what
Hotbird
stage this
13G
is.
satellite. Now, during ascent, the M1D engines will actually swivel and help steer Falcon 9, and this is known as gimbal.
Gumble.
The rocket autonomously tilts the engines.
Supersonic.
Okay.
The rocket autonomously tilts the engines just a few degrees, and this gimbaling allows the
Maximum
vehicle to
dynamic
perform
pressure.
a gravity turn, which is when we are going vertical but also going horizontal, and you can kind of see that on your screen there.
Max Q.
Great call out. We've just passed through max Q. That is the largest structural load that the vehicle sees on ascent. After we pass through max Q, we can now begin to throttle up the 9
cloudy
M1D
down there
engines
tonight.
on stage 1. And in just about a minute, we'll have 3 events happening back to back. The first will be MECO stage separation, and then SES1, which is second stage engine start 1. Got some really cool views.
Track's looking real good. It's a
Really
great
cool
track.
views of those 9 M1D engines on the first stage. Now, MECO is main engine cutoff, and that's where all 9 of those engines will shut down, and that prepares the vehicle for stage separation. Then stage 1 can make its way back down to Earth, while stage 2 continues with SES1, or second stage engine start 1. That's where we will ignite that MVAC engine on the second stage for the first time for this mission. Again, coming up here in just a few seconds, we will have MECO stage separation and SES1.
Everything looks okay. I thought I saw something, but I think it was just the clouds. Okay, stand by for the call for engine cutoff.
Miko.
There it is. 9 engines in the first stage have shut off. Second stage is separated. Stand by for upper stage ignition here. You can tell it's the upper stage ignition because of the way it is.
Ignition.
Stiffener ring
And
is
there
off.
we could
Perfect.
see Miko's stage separation
good.
on your right-hand screen. That MVAC engine is lighting up
That
there.
happened the other day, short.
Coming up next, we will have
It
fairing
happened
separation.
actually on Hotbird 13F. They scrubbed it on the first try.
The fairing halves flying today are flight
something
proven.
went with
One
the
half
helium.
flying for the 4th time and the other for a 6th time.
You can see the glow
And
from
on
the
your
second
left-hand
stage
screen is a view of the
engine
first
is
stage. The
reflecting
grid
off the grid
pins have
pins.
now deployed.
You can see the Space Coast over there, the far left side of your screen. That's the Cape. Actually, that's Orlando. Cape's over here. Stand by for the fairing separation call.
Fairing separation confirmed.
So that's Orlando. There's the entire I-4
And there you
corridor
can see
right
on
there.
your right-hand
the coast
screen,
is right here. That's where it launched
the
from. Right there.
fairing
There's
halves
Port
being
Canaveral.
jettisoned.
That's pretty cool.
Now we will be attempting to retrieve these fairing halves again today once they fall back down to Earth
DJ?
using our recovery ship, Bob.
I'm good, Clutch. How are you? Do you think SpaceX will ever stop streaming these launches once they reach a high number of launches? No? I hope they never do. It's fantastic, dude. I love every second of this.
T plus
Acquisition signal, Bermuda.
AOS through the
T
Bermuda
plus
ground
4
tracking
minutes
station. Everything
into
looks good here.
today's mission.
Looks all right to me.
That call out there was just acquisition of signal of one of our ground stations. Now we're in the first of 2 planned MVAC burns prior to satellite deployment, and that's what you're seeing there on your screen is the MVAC on the 2nd stage. The next event will be first stage entry burn, and that'll occur around T plus
That's the
6
best part.
minutes and 30 seconds. And you should also be able to see that on your screen. Now for that entry burn, we relight 3 M1D engines, starting with the center one, which is the E9 engine, followed shortly thereafter by E1 and E5 engines. This burn is the first of 2 planned burns for the first stage and slows the
Lucky.
vehicle down as it passes back into the Earth's atmosphere. Now, stage 1 does need to slow down to reduce the re-entry forces, and that
It's a
helps
different
us to
trajectory.
recover and reuse the
That's
vehicles.
A geostationary transfer is not going to have as high of an
Vehicle on
apogee.
nominal
It's actually
trajectory.
a shallower ascent.
And great
believe it or not.
call-outs. Vehicle is on nominal trajectories. That entry burn is just under 1.5 minutes away. And as a reminder, with a unique pan-European coverage, the high-power Hotbird satellites
Magellan?
at 13 degrees east form one of the largest broadcasting
Flappers only,
systems
Magellan.
in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, delivering 1,000 television channels to more than 160 million TV homes.
Who watches television?
Now, during the re-entry burn, Falcon 9 is decelerating by firing its Merlin engines.
What's that?
But it's still moving very rapidly. This causes the vehicle to fly through the Merlin's exhaust
European.
gases, which is also
What
called the
are they
rocket's
doing over there
plume.
for? I don't know what they're doing.
And this thin layer of soot from Falcon 9's carbon-based fuel, kerosene, is deposited onto the exterior of the vehicle.
Yeah, me neither, Red.
Again, entry burn for the first stage is in just under 20 seconds from now.
Yeah, here comes the best part. Falcon 9 fires its engine to push
Stage 1 FTS has saved.
the re-entry heating away from the first stage, allowing it to
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
come back down into the atmosphere.
And
Oh,
as you can see, your left-hand
the best
screen
part.
light up there. Those 3 engines have ignited.
it's called
This entry
supersonic
burn will last
retropropulsion.
about
and it
25
slows the first
seconds
stage
long.
down. It's the best part. Because the only thing better than fighting fire with fire, fighting plasma with fire.
Stage 1 entry burn shut down.
And that concludes the entry burn for the first stage. Now, for those that might not be familiar with why we land our rockets, reusability is key to lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investments in critical
Would you
science
like to know
research. And the Falcon 9 first stage that is supporting today's mission performed this entry burn for the 7th time tonight, previously launching CRS-22, Crew 3, Turksat 5B, Crew 4, CRS-25, and 1 Starlink mission.
That booster's moved people into space 2
We're
times.
about 30
Not
seconds
bad.
away from the next couple of events. Next up will be SECO 1, which is second stage engine cutoff 1. And that's when we shut down that MVAC engine on the second stage. And
Stage
allow
1
it-
transonic.
Okay, stage 1 is transonic.
And we allow that second
Stand by
stage
for
to
the call for
coast.
nominal orbital insertion
And then shortly
after
after
second
Stage
engine
2
cutoff.
FTS is saved.
Okay.
Shortly after SECO 1,
Should
we'll
get a
have the
terminal
landing
guidance call
burn
here in a
starting on the
second.
first stage.
That's Hotbird 13G. It's a European telecommunications satellite, Goodger. Okay, good shutdown on the engine there.
Stage 1 landing burn.
There we've had SECO and stage 1 landing burn has begun.
Oh,
Let's watch as Falcon 9 touches down on just read the
Pull
instructions.
the legs. There we go.
Landing leg deployed.
Come on now. Ah.
Nominal orbit
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And great news there and a couple of great call outs. Falcon 9 has touched down on just read the instructions.
Ooh.
This landing marks SpaceX's
motor's puking something out there.
150-second recovery of an orbital-class rocket, including first-stage landings for Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy. And we also
It probably is
heard
residual propellant.
SECO 1 and confirmation of good orbit.
Oh, yeah, she threw up a little bit. It happens, dude. They do that.
So now the mission isn't
Residual
over
propellant
just
does
yet.
get
The
stuck
second
in the
stage is now
lines, and it
embarking
just-
on its first coast
It just
phase.
coughs it up after you
the
shut
coast
it
phase,
off.
we will light that MVAC engine for a second time around T plus 29 minutes. So we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy some space tunes.
So, oh, look at ion thrusters. Cool. See the ion thrusters? They look like a donut. You sticking around for the deploy? Yeah, it's not going to be long. Sure. I just want to see this again.
9 touches down on just read the instructions.
Landing leg deployed.
Dude, I thought I saw something weird with this stage on the way up, but it probably is just me. But then again, that puked something out.
And great news there and a couple of great call outs. Falcon 9
That, guys, that's... I don't think that's residual propellant.
has touched down on just read the instructions. This landing marks SpaceX.
I don't think that's residual propellant. That looks like slag. That looks like some slag, dude. Hey, dude, I thought I saw something strange with the engine plume on the way up, but yeah, it looks like one of the Merlins may have got a little scorched there on the way down, but it landed, so doesn't matter. I mean, after hearing the rocket's resume, I have an urge to say, oh yeah? Well, I'll have you know, I can burn down my kitchen. Let's see you do that. Yeah, right? It's kind of cloudy, so it might have had weird lighting. I think that's what it was, Rev, but dude, I saw some strange stuff. And, you know, like, I guess we could go back and look. I didn't see anything weird at liftoff. That all looked fine. Everything here looked okay. I started to see some interesting... Yeah, okay, Ark. I'll look at that later. Okay, so that should show you how heavy that dang satellite is. Look at how slow Falcon gets off the pad. Look, it's definitely slower than like even a Starlink. Look at that. It's taking a second to get going. Well, once it goes, but like I said, it's probably just the clouds, but I started seeing I thought I saw some weird stuff with the engines. Not in this shot or anything. It was the next one, I think. Who the heck is John Enberger? It's John Insprucker, Jonathan. Insprucker. Not Enberger. Enberger. Who's that? So it was. So I mean, right there, it's kind of like that seems to be flashing a little bit more, but it could be just reflections off the clouds. John Entwistle? No, that's different. That flame looks... this could be an infrared picture as well. Where was it? Where did I see something weird? Right there. Look. Look at it. See this? What's this? See that thing on the right side of the flames? It's not there right there, but it's there right there. See what I'm talking about? Something weird's going on. I don't think that's the clouds. See what I mean? And then I think I thought I saw something there, but that's just the contrail through the clouds, so I don't think that's anything. That's the throttle up post max Q. You guys seem very sure of yourselves. Why is the flame not uniform there? Riddle me that one. Is that the clouds too? That looks uniform to you. Okay. But see, it does look okay from this shot. It's slightly see what I mean? Look at the flames coming over there. That doesn't look like that. And now it could be burning slightly radial out. Starlink missions do that. That first stage lofts the trajectory a little bit on purpose, but look at the flames in that shot. It could be that much. I'm not sure, dude. It's usually a little bit more uniform, but see what's going on? See that? See this thing going on right here? That's not. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, the engine definitely puked when it landed. Let's just jump back over there real quick. So watch when it comes back down. Yeah, that's not normal. That doesn't that doesn't happen when the thing lands. Believe me, I watched a lot of these. Dude, it's corn. It doesn't look like it's coming from the engine nozzle. Yeah. Interesting. I'm a welder. That's molten metal. Sledge, I think so. I think one of those engines damaged itself on the way up.
Discovery, go and throttle.
Hey, boss. What's going on, man? Oi! 77 months. I don't think it's rich Nephilim or anything. I don't know. It just maybe got too hot. Something weird happened. Like, dudes, I wouldn't pick out something and I wouldn't say I saw something different than what I usually see if I didn't see something different than what I usually see. I'm not just doing that for fun, you know? Really, Face? Boss, you see the landing, dude? First stage landing? Looks like the first stage coughed up a little bit of something. Look.
And great news there, and a couple of great call-outs.
That looks like a You know what that looks like? I mean, Aqualux, you're right. It's not the nozzle, and if it's not coming from the nozzle, but it's coming from the underside of Falcon, that's the turbine exhaust. Turbine exhaust is where that's coming from, meaning maybe the turbo pump spun a bearing or something. That does happen, just like it does in a car. And when it does, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's as bad as you think it is. Yeah, Rev, I mean, it's happened before, dude. What is the turbine exhaust piping made of? Aluminum. It's either aluminum or Inco sledge. All this, with the rockets, dude, it's all TIG welded. It's all TIG and tip welded, dude, with this stuff, with aerospace components. Yeah.
Just read the instructions.
Kind of. I turned off the stream after landing. Did something happen? Well, Spoon, it looks like one of the engine's turbine assemblies puked. I can't be sure. That could be 1,000 different things, but I'm pretty sure that that's not what you want. That's not what you want at all.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Blue Adder, 16-month resub. Yeah, that's I don't know, man. It could be 1,000 different things, but yeah, it definitely.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Super. Hey, man, 77-month resub. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, I think I could say pretty reasonably that something on that is broken. Came in a little hot. Yeah, boss, I think you might have been right. Yeah, the sledge. This thing has a Merlins have a they have a turbine exhaust from the gas generator, and the turbine exhaust it's an aluminum pipe. I'm not sure what kind though. I know it's aluminum. The turbine components are Inco. It's Inconel. And guys, don't get me wrong, that ain't no thing. That's industry standard. Like, everything is made out of Inco. Inco is Inconel. It's a metal alloy that's used a lot in the aerospace industry because it's really light, really strong. It can take a lot of heat. As long as it makes it to the barge, it can always be fixed. Damn right. Damn right, dude. I mean, boss, it's not like there's a shortage of Merlin engines around, am I right? Like, it's not like those are in short supply. You know what I'm saying? What, Mason? Cool. This is the best SpaceX song. Numbers are getting crazy now. It's unbelievable, man. It's still ridiculous, dude. Yeah, Sledge, they'll figure it out. I've been watching you in these boosters for years. Hell yeah, man. Sledge, if I do some moron Twitch streamer tries to weld something streams, will you come and make fun of me? I mean, teach me how to do it. It's called The New Astronauts by Test Shot Starfish, Aqualex, and it is a banger. Listen to this. That's unbelievable, boss. Absolutely. All right, man. Interesting, Mason. This is Hotbird 13G, Flaxter. It's going into the 13th slot east geostationary. EJ will create accidental thermite. Accidental? Right. Jared, good evening. I haven't gotten a chance to read your paper yet, dude. I'm sorry. I was catching up on Andor on break. Yep, can confirm. New episode is good. Have you seen thermite welding? Railroad tracks. Yeah, Uncle X. I actually have. My uncle is a railroad engineer. So yeah, yes, I actually have, dude. It's pretty dope. Yeah, same here. Pretty good episode. Yeah. Hunster, how many men? How many?
Acquisition of signal. Kaboom.
Stuffin.space exists, Bandit? That site went under. Yeah, Wombat, for sure. Good man. Yeah, Bellum, it picked up, dude. It got really good. It got real good, man. It's just you, Flacker. Thermites is always purposeful. Yep. Right now, stage 2 is making its way over Ghana. Actually, it's not at Ghana yet. It's close. Africa is a big mother. It's a big continent. Very big. Haven't seen Andor yet, so what's the show about? Slackster, you ever watch Rogue One? It's a prequel to Rogue One. Watch it. Trust me on that one. I wouldn't say that unless I meant it. Yeah, no, it's good, man. I'm still not gonna work here anymore. I agree, Hunster. Yep, wholeheartedly, dude. The Star Wars universe ain't a nice place to live, man. I've always said that. I like it a lot. Andor, A-N-D-O-R. Stuffin.space is now called sky.rogue.space. Oh, it's back. It's back. Oh. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, that is a glitch, Bandit. They're not moving that fast at that with that semi-major axis would net you escape velocity. You would go over here.
Start a back chill.
Okay, they're starting to run this cryogenic propellants back into the second stage here. Yeah. There's Hotbird 13E right there. F is like F is somewhere over here and G is somewhere over here. Oh yeah. Cool. I'm really happy that that site is back. I will be bookmarking that. There we go. What's the benefits of launching in an orbit that's elliptical in Earth? What? So, an eccentric orbit, Viking? There's the AOS through Gabon right there. That's why we got the pictures back. Molino orbits. Lightning. Look up lightning orbits. For communication at high latitudes, lightning orbits are preferable because geostationary only works near the Earth's equator at lower inclinations. Pretty shot of Earth, huh? It could be, Clutch. Yeah. Yeah, Clutch. Having too many satellites up there can create an effect called Kessler syndrome. If one satellite hits another one, the debris cloud goes around like a shotgun blast, and it doesn't stop, never loses velocity because orbit, right? And if that shotgun blast hits another satellite, that satellite crumples and makes a bigger shotgun blast, and then that hits another one, and then that hits another one, and then another one, and another one, until there's just so much debris up there you can't make anything fly into space. It's called Kessler syndrome. The thriller movie Gravity is about that. That's Kessler syndrome. That can happen. So being a good space environmental steward is very, very important. You don't want to do that. I know about the Iridium-33 collision. Aqualex link it.
Now we are just a few seconds away from a second ignition of the MVAC engine, which will carry the second stage and the Hotbird 13G payload into the orbit needed to deploy.
Reignition.
We just heard that call out. That is SES-2, or second stage engine start 2.
Okay, everything looked good.
Now this burn will be about a minute long.
A little bit of a violent restart there. Now there is some slight fluctuations on the nozzle.
Burn. In
That's
about 30
fine.
seconds we will have SECO, or second stage engine cutoff 2. And once we have SECO, we will wait for a confirmation
that
of
one
good orbit.
really moved the stage around. That was really like, that was a little. Stand by for SECO 2.
Shut down.
Good. There's a helium purge on the engine. That's what all that puffiness that was coming out of the motor after they shut it off.
We've just had SECO 2, just awaiting.
Insertion.
Okay, NOI.
There's that call out. We just had a confirmation of good orbit. So with confirmation of a successful second engine start, cutoff, and good orbit, Eutelsat's Hotbird 13G satellite is still attached to Falcon 9's second stage and is set to deploy in about 5 minutes. So we're going to take another short break, so enjoy the space tunes, and we'll come back to you around the T plus 35-minute mark.
That restart was violent, dude. I've never seen an M1D do that when it restarted. Watch. This thing is like
into the orbit needed to deploy, and we just heard that call out.
You see it move?
That
you
is
see it move everything?
SES-2, or second stage engine
Damn.
start 2. Now this burn will be about a minute long.
You kind of have to, Port. You have to. When you start a rocket engine, it has to be basically with the throttle to 100, or else you won't get a good start. I mean, it looked fine. Yeah, I just never seen one move the whole stage and gimbal around like that. We are about halfway through
the burn. In about 30 seconds, we will.
Ow. Jeez, just overdrive the music on me. I'm awake now. What's an uneven start cycle, Bandit? What does that mean? It's a transfer orbit forlorn. One side lights faster on the engine than the other. Just enjoy the view, man. Just enjoy the view, my guy. Boss, the Raptor quick restarts are... The Raptor quick relights are kind of blowing my mind a little bit. Like, dude, we theorized what it's doing to stay in a run state, let's say, and dude, that's freaking impressive, man. That's like, dude, that's how does the thing not croak when you restart? Oh man, that is almost like a car engine. Slackster, think about it like this, dude. Think about starting a car engine, right? Putting your foot to the floor while the car is in neutral, and then shutting the car off. And then 5 seconds later, turning it back on with your foot to the floor. You're probably going to break something, right? That's what they're doing with the Raptor engines, man, which is it's just frankly freaking impressive. Yeah, boss. Once again, dude. Yeah, we I kind of have a theory on how it's doing that. How you're able to just reprime the engine and rethermally condition it just out of the blue. Damn, dude. What an impressive piece of equipment that is. Why are Raptors doing fast relight? I'm not 100% sure. Oh, looks like they had a loss of signal there. Okay, there's a reacquisition there.
Expected loss of signal, Gabon.
There's the LOS through Gabon. I think the DoD is paying them to do it, Aqualux. Yeah, but having that capability to insta-restart an engine is pretty... It's pretty dang impressive, dude. Yeah, Rek, exactly. Yeah, you're gonna get a backfire because you flood the engine, right? Spoiler alert. The rocket engine does the same thing, but when those things backfire, it's not just a popping noise. They backfire with feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Engine burns. Now we are coming up on payload deployment in about a few seconds here. And as a reminder, Eutelsat is a world-leading satellite operator covering Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and the Americas.
Yeah, they backfire with feeling, you know what I'm saying?
By for the
bada
deployment
boom.
of their
Big
Hotbird
bada boom
13G
from the cab,
satellite,
remember?
which we expect here momentarily.
Okay, stand by for deploy. There it
Payload
goes.
confirmed.
An incredible view there with
Adieu,
the Earth in the
Hotbird.
background. The Eutelsat Hotbird 13G satellite drifting away from Falcon 9's second stage.
One big satellite. That's a big boy satellite. That's the size of a bus.
Great view.
It's a big satellite.
So with confirmation of successful
Acquisition of signal, Diego Garcia.
There's the Diego Garcia
with confirmation
acquisition.
of successful payload deploy, we're going to end our launch broadcast.
Acquisition of signal, Maldives.
Maldives.
We're going to end our launch broadcast for tonight. All of us here at SpaceX want to give
It's a
big
European
thank you to our
TV
customer
satellite,
Intelsat
geek.
for entrusting us with today's mission. We also want to give a
4.5 tons. You know the thing is, Hibbit, 4.5 tons actually small. That's a small geostationary satellite. They can get up to like 8-9 tons. Literally the size of a Greyhound bus.
and 51st launch of this year.
51st,
Thanks
Max.
to all of our viewers for tuning in and your continued support. Have a great night, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, Jesse. See you around. All right. Cool. That was Hotbird 13G. It is now 2 a.m. local time here where I'm at. And if you're starting your day over on the other side of the pond, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you in about 10 hours. Mark, you could just see that you could just put that in the chat instead of whispering it to me. You just put it in the chat. Get out of the bathroom, man. Share your stash with the rest of us. Like pain is the bane of my existence. I just want to get this thing out the door. All right. I'm winding it down, dude. Winding it down. I'm tired. All right, we can check that footage out tomorrow, okay? I'll see you guys at noon. We'll get the SRVs and everything dialed in on our shuttle stack, and then maybe even work on the SLS variant of the lifter.